Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. I want to send double honor to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful elect document out there doing this work. And a hearty Shalom as well to the scattered elect that are among the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but are of the seed, the stock, and bloodline of the so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, which are the true children of Israel today. This is the brother who called the mouth with the Great Millstone Camp, the branch out here in Omaha, Nebraska, coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and to edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Rachak Wadash. And I just wanted to get into this lesson. I was just going through my notes and really just trying to put something on my spirit. And I came across an older note, lesson topic, which I'm going to change it. I'll read it, but it says, feed your spirit. Bondage of what you feed, which, I'm not sure why I entitled it that, possibly a typo. But I'm going to entitle this something different. You are subject to whatever you give your attention to. Okay? And that's possibly why I got the feeding your spirit, because if we're feeding the spirit, if we're giving attention to the spirit, then we become bondage to the spirit. And that spirit of that I'm talking about is of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Okay? That should be the, what's the word? Initial thought. No, that's not the word I want to use, but Lord willing, that suffice. That should be our initial thought when it comes to serving the Lord. It's okay, let's please him. Let's not get distracted. Let's not get all into this flesh. Let's not get all into the things that are carnal. Because not all things that are fleshly are wicked, but the more you indulge in the fleshly things of this world, it can be, you can slowly feel yourself becoming a reprobate. Okay? And we don't want to be subject unto our fleshly thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into it, and I pray that this is edifying. I'm going to start off with this word subject, man. When you get into the word subject and the etymon line, it says from the early 14th century, subject. It says person under control or dominion of another, especially one who owes allegiance to a government or ruler. Next definition says a subject person or thing, lying under, below, near, bordering on, subjected, or subdued. When you get into the breakdown of the word subject, sub meaning under, ject meaning rule. So whatever it is that we wholly give our attention to, that is the rule that we're under. The Apostle Paul, one thing that he mentioned is being a prisoner of Yahweh Shema Shai. Right? Let's get that. Because we don't want to be a prisoner to this flesh, man. That is a very dangerous game to play. And, as we're in this walk, we find ourselves from time to time, not often, but, it happens. We get into folly. We get into folly probably sometimes more than we should. And it start to captivate you, and it have a hold on you. But that's not what we want to be subject to. So this is why we, concerning folly, we have to know how to break away from it, so that way we don't become a prisoner to it. Okay? Because really you'll become a prisoner of darkness, man, and that's not a good feeling. Just take it from me. It's not a good feeling. All right? So let's get into this. Ephesians. And he said it twice in Ephesians 3 and verse 1. In Ephesians 4 and verse 1, but I'll read 3 and verse 1, okay? Matter of fact, I'll read 4 and 1. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, this is the Apostle Paul, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you were called, right? So Paul, he called himself a prisoner of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. A prisoner of the Lord. And what does it say for prisoner in here? It says, desmios, which is bound, in bonds, a captive, a prisoner. See if the root says any more. Says deo, going to the root word deo, to bind, fasten, Fasten with chains to throw into chains. Right? And this is hey, we're under the chains of faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? What does it say? I believe it's in the Apocrypha, man, where it speaks about putting our feet into the fetters. All right? Let's see if I can find that real quick, and then I'll move on. Yep, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and verse 20. I'll start at 22, but the point is at 24, and we'll just kind of read through it. It says, "For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many." Right? And the wisdom is talking about the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. Go on to Wisdom of Solomon, the 8th chapter, and the 21st verse. That's the gift of the Lord. All right, via wisdom. It says, "Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds." Because wisdom is ultimately how we're going to be able to understand what's required of us in the Lord. How we're able to navigate through life. Without wisdom, man, we're essentially dead out here. If we don't have the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're through. And the majority of people in the world, they don't have the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. They're not putting their feet into the fetters of wisdom. Okay? But this is our job, to put our feet into the fetters of Yahweh Shem Shai's wisdom. Hey, what's going on? So, yep, let's get to that. So let's get back to the precept that I have. Right, so let's get into the book of 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 19, okay? Because it says this, 2 Peter 2 verse 19, "While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage." So if we're constantly focusing on spiritual things, we're constantly seeking to please the Lord. We're constantly just yearning for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, through studying, through reading, whatever, in a spiritual sense. Then we become bondage to it. We become captive to it. All right, and we know within that captivity of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, or being a prisoner of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we are protected. Okay, like the book of Psalms says that he, roughly paraphrasing, that he has a hedge of protection. He'll give us a hedge of protection, man. Or have the angels, his angels encamp around us. All right, which is a hedge of protection. All right, and that sounds like a good place to be. With the darkness or the evils of this world constantly on the rise, like the book of, was that 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, speaks about corruption being grown up. We need the Lord to protect us, man. Okay, because to be in the bondage of Satan, and his allies, which are these demonic spirits, you'll start to forget the Lord. And guess what? As you forget the Lord, with them being in the bondage of Satan, the Lord will forget your ass too. Okay? Like it says that since you have turned your back unto me, so will I do the same to you. All right? So let's read this in the NLT. It says 2 Peter 2 verse 19, "They promise freedom, but they themselves are slaves of sin and corruption." That's being in bondage to the flesh. All right? And it says what? "For you are a slave to whatever controls you." All right. Once again, I believe I mentioned it, but not all things that are the flesh are necessarily wicked, because, the Most High He did grant us certain things to do in this flesh, or He gave us the ability to do certain things in the flesh. Most of us have a woman, and, that's you lay down with your woman from time to time. That's a fleshly thing. That doesn't please the Lord, but the Lord grants that opportunity. Okay, I mentioned the work, going to work and make sure that you have money. I don't think I did, Salakia, but I'm mentioning it now is, the Most High, He grants us jobs where we go to these jobs and we're working a physical job to make physical money, so we can take care of our families, ourselves, the brothers, whatever. But that doesn't necessarily please the Lord. It's just a bone that the Most High had thrown us in the flesh, but we're not captive unto that. The elder brother here in this camp for years has been saying, man, saying something along the same sentiment is the Most High grants, he throws us a bone here and there, but we got to know how to break from that shit. Just to say it candidly, we need to learn how to break from that shit. Because if we don't know how to break from it and we don't know how to turn that shit off, you lost in the sauce at that point. And we don't want to be lost in the sauce of the world. It says, for you are a slave to whatever controls you. Period, point blank. You're a slave to whatever controls you. If you're a woman and you're always up under your woman, you're going out of your way to please your woman. Leaving camp early to go see your woman, getting to camp late because you was with your woman or whatever. Working overtime unnecessarily on a day of camp. You're going to be. That's what's going to have you in a chokehold, man. That's what's going to have your ass locked the hell up. We want to put our feet in the fetters of wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, bow our neck unto the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai, because this is what's going to get us preserved. Was that Isaiah 33 verse 6? Wisdom and knowledge shall be that stability of thy time, because we need to make ourselves put ourselves in bondage to it, man. All right, and not all are ready to come into that bondage. So let's get this next precept in the book of Romans, chapter 3. Romans chapter 13 and verse 14. All right, Romans 13 and verse 14 says, but matter of fact, let's go up. Let's go into verse 13, right? Romans 13, verse 13, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife or envying, not doing things of the flesh. Quit getting caught up in this shit. That's beautiful through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai that the elder apostle Tahar, he put out a decree to say, hey, man, ain't no more clubbing. Don't go to the clubs, strip clubs, the bars, where these large group gatherings are, because, these things are of the flesh. Okay. Now, are these things wicked to go to the bar and, have a drink? No. Okay. Is it wrong to be around, is there a law saying that you can't be around a large group of people? No. But we know the things that were spoken on that notion. It's expedient for our spirits that we may not fall into the temptations of the devil or be put in a dangerous situation. Okay. And guess what? We see through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai that was hella spiritual, man, that the elder said that. Some brothers may have been overly indulged in going to the strip club maybe every week, 2 or 3 times a week, going out to the bars and having a drink every weekend, and you'll make it a lifestyle. Well, this truth is a lifestyle. And, we have to put ourselves in bondage to this truth, man. This is why you see a lot of brothers, they hang out around their family less. They're going to group family gatherings less. Okay. Why? Because they know that there's nothing spiritual. Our family, our blood family, these individuals are not helping us grow in the spirit. They're not telling us to read our Bibles. They're not telling us to pray. They're not giving us the things that we need to please Yahweh Shema Shai. So why should, we should break away from it. Right? It's nothing, and that's not a wicked, because what did the Apostle Paul say? I believe it's the Apostle Paul. It says he speak these things by permission, okay, not by commandment. Yeah, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, but I speak this by permission and not of commandment. So what Paul's saying is, I'm speaking as a man, and speaking as a man, he was thinking as a spiritual man, of what's convenient in our lives, There's nothing wrong. Like it says, what? Not all things are all things are lawful, but not all things expedient. Okay, so as Paul speaking by permission, not commandment, what he was saying is, he was dropping jewels, man. You don't necessarily, it's cool to sleep with your woman, but you don't want to get too indulged in that, man, because you will start dipping off into what she wants to do. As Paul also said, you'll start caring about things of the world. So yeah, it's good to stay away from your woman every now and again. It's good to not, make solidified plans to do something with your family outside of the truth, because these individuals, they're of the world, man. Okay, we want to be in bondage to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. So really, that's the only precepts that I had, man. But I just wanted to speak my piece on it, because this is even me myself. This is something that I'm working on growing myself into, making sure that I'm tending more unto the Lord than unto the flesh. Okay, because that flesh is a hell of a drug, man. The flesh is a hell of a drug, and it can kill you. You can OD on it, and guess what? Then you won't have protection of the Lord no more. All right. So hey, excuse me. With that being said, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honor to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and safety is to the elect Akim out there. Shalom.